Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to SBR Sports Picks. He's Jimmy the Bag. My name is Peter Loshak. Things are getting a little bit intense. Overall, things are going well, but intense. If in 2 weeks Jim and I are off to a nice start in MLB, things are going to be very, very nice and happy and jovial and light in this show. If we're down a bunch of units each, it's not going to be so much fun, Jimmy the Bag.
No, but
Still be pretty fun.
We've climbed out of holes.
Yeah, we have.
So I think it'd be a mistake if I put too much pressure on the first day. But
yes.
Already what's happened in chat, like just private Twitter chats with my boys, I'm against a lot. Like you're right about that's a twist, because usually it's just we're all sort of on the same page.
Oh no! And you're going to be arguing about which side you like. You're going to be arguing about value. You're going to be arguing it's going to be all over the map, Jim. They're not going to give you too much help, not because the help isn't there, but because they're all going to be disagreeing, Jim.
Yeah, so that's a little nerve-wracking. It's also tough to kind of break down the game the way I would like to when the only stats you're using are how they hit lefties, let's say in 2017, and what their spring training numbers are.
That's the other thing, is that there's so many more different ways to break down the MLB games. You can break down, there's so many different angles, and a lot of people are just assuming that all the other factors they're not looking at are accurate, and then they isolate a few factors, which can be a smart way to analyze a sport like baseball over the long term. But on any specific game, you will also likely to be on the wrong side of a few things. I mean, that's when there's something with so many factors. One of the strategic approaches for finding an edge is to isolate one or a few factors that you have an edge on and to ignore all the others. And again, long term, that can be a good strategy, but on any individual game, you are definitely vulnerable to being on the wrong side of things. It'll be interesting to see how things turn out, Jimmy the Bag.
It will certainly be interesting to see how things work out. For just as an example, how many official picks did you make last year in 2017? Was it over 1,000?
I can tell you. I can actually tell you. I still have the spreadsheet, of course. Jimmy has made a request, and I will certainly grant it. Let me just find my spreadsheet here. MLB Show Picks Tracking 2017. Let's open this bitch up, and I will remind everyone what my overall record was, which was fine. It was a 2% ROI, but nothing crazy. And it was all because of my big dip in the beginning of the season. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I mean, at the let me see. Once again, between July 5th to the end of the season, I was up 36.7 units, but I had my big dip in the beginning of the year, and so I wound up only up 11 units, up plus 1.5% ROI, and that was also because of a bunch of losing picks that I gave in the playoffs, which I don't usually do. So overall, I had about 600 picks, not counting the pushes, whatever pushes there were, which there are a lot of, because I do, obviously there's pushes on totals all the time, first half fives and full game nines and stuff, and I also take a lot of -1s. So there were a bunch of pushes, but the non-push picks totaled 600, Jim.
Okay, so what was the record then? It was
329 and 289, ROI of 1.5%, but that's including the postseason stuff, which was something that I don't normally do a lot of. So yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
But like I said, in MLB, as people have commented in this show, MLB is a 1 to 2% ROI kind of sport for most people. Some people have really advanced reads on these lines and models and stuff, can be up around 3, 4, 5%, also depending on the kinds of bets you're making. But for me, a year of 2% ROI in MLB is what I'm going for. That's all. I mean, it's not, sure. Obviously I'm going for more than that, but if I get that, I am satisfied.
Sure. I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just want to end up plus units.
Yes, absolutely, and double digits plus units, which I did last year, is absolutely fine. And once again, as I do in all sports and all years, including this year in college basketball, the beginning of the year was decent. Then I took a big dip in the middle of the year and the early middle part of the year, and then the second half of the year is usually profitable to way profitable. And that is what happened last year. I came out of a huge slump, and after wearing that Yankees jersey, I put on the Yankees jersey to change things around for me. And after that happened, I was up about 36.5 units for the rest of the way, and I just closed the sheet, so I can't say what ROI it was, but I think it was a double-digit ROI, and that is, also the way I expect things to go in the second half of the year. So this year, I'm going to try to be a little bit more strategic and maybe reduce my bet numbers and pick numbers in the middle part of the season when I expect a downturn, or maybe I'll try to double think myself into some positive picks. But the second half of the season should be pretty good.
And with the MLB season quickly approaching, we have some new commenters.
Oh yeah,
that have come. We have Hans Oh My Cock.
Oh no, here we go. Where is that one?
Who says, I have been told this is the best damn capping show on the planet. Looking forward to getting great insight and giving it.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. Well, thank you for joining us, Hans.
Welcome, Hans. Oh my cock. And that also actually reminds me of the Twitter thing that we're doing, that the social media people want us to do, which we're going to promote tomorrow. And I'll tell you why it reminds me of that in a second.
Sure.
There's a new thing where the social media people want us to you tweet at SBR Sports Picks and use the low bag hashtag in the beginning of tomorrow's show. It's just an experiment. I don't know what they're testing out, but they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing back there. Trust me. They want. So and you tweet at Loshak in the bag, hashtag low bag, and then they will choose one or two or a few tweets that they think are good tweets, and we will address them. We will address them live in the show. That's just something they want to do. That's going to be only in tomorrow morning's show, and if it's a rousing success, I think we'll do it in future shows. And the reason I bring it up after Hans Oh My Cock was because I was wondering they're going to be choosing the tweets, not us. So it'll be interesting to see if anyone can sneak in, like my friend Mike Hunt likes the Dodgers this year. What do you guys think about that? And see if it can get by the censors.
Well, I think that's the first time we've used the word cunt on this show.
No. Many of them. I'm just saying, if you try to get a pornographic name past the censors, it's probably not going to work because they're pretty sharp back there. And it is going to be censored, the tweets.
Well, I'm happy that Hans Oh My Cock has joined us.
Yeah, Hans Oh My Cock would probably not get through.
We also have Zigzag Man. Says found this last week. Look forward to it every day now. Hello, gents. Well, hello, Zigzag Man.
Who said that?
That was Zigzag Man.
Zigzag Man. Where is that? Where is that? Zigzag Man. See,
it's just under Hans Oh My Cock's second.
Very nice.
Comment.
You see, that's what people here. Zigzag Man says found this last week. Look forward to it every day now. Hello, gents. Thank you much, Hans. Where is it? No, Zigzag Man. Thank you so much, Zigzag Man. We always try to provide the best show that we possibly can. I live for the positive comments. Thank you very much. And yeah, you fucking hires up and the SBR brass and the media people around the world, they don't appreciate how hard it is it's not that easy to make a show, especially in 2018 when everyone's competing for eyeballs, right? Snapchat, YouTube, Google, Katy Perry, everything. But people like this show so much they come back every day, Jim. That's impressive to me. I don't know.
I like that very much. Dan Kelly coming in with his insight for tomorrow. Interesting way of handling things, and something that I think I might be joining him to some extent. Maybe not in every game, but he is on the home opener dogs tomorrow.
Really?
Miami Marlins at plus 170, Padres plus 108, Rangers plus 148, Blue Jays plus 139, Rays plus 155, A's plus 118, Mariners plus 149, Braves plus 116.
Machiavelli says preparing for a trial, taking a break from the stress with you guys. Now, I don't think he's not a lawyer. He's on trial, right?
No, that's Nate. That's Nate.
Oh,
Pereira.
is it?
Yeah, he's a lawyer.
Oh, okay. I was like, preparing for a trial, so he's either a lawyer or a judge or a criminal. I'm like, there's no way he's a lawyer or a judge, is he? But he is a lawyer.
He's a lawyer, yeah.
All right.
He's my man, Nate. Man,
providing stress from, and also Brandon Cummings gets stress relief. He's a fucking ER worker.
Yeah.
He says he gets stress relief, so really appreciate it. Makes my day. Christian Riva says, fuck, finally. Oh, where is it? Christian Riva says, fuck, finally made it to the show. Work has been kicking my ass lately. I just want to quit and cap all day long. LOL. Thank you so much for the kind words, Christian Rivas. Mr. Stubby, a new commenter says, Pete, will you ever go back to conservative short hair look of years ago? I mean, maybe I should. I got a message yesterday from a MILF. She's a MILF, I know. Sure. I like her very much.
I like her too. I don't even know her.
She sent me a message, and I was like, oh, look at this. She sent me a message. I wonder what the message says. Yeah. And I was like, maybe it's like, do you want to hang out this weekend or something?
Sure.
No, it was, she was like, I was watching a documentary, and your look reminds me of Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh. That was the message.
I don't know who that is, but an image quickly appears.
I was all excited because I thought she was just like going to send me a message saying like, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Maybe you want to hang out? And I would have been so excited if that had been the message. But no, the message was, hey, I was watching a documentary. Your look reminds me of Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh. That's the whole message. That was the whole message.
And you know this man.
No, this man is a famous guy who had a documentary.
But you know of him.
Well, I did look at him, and the thing is that
hot?
He that's what I asked her. I was like, you find him sexy? And she was like laughing and laughing. And the big thing is, it's not that my look is so objectionable to women. It's that they love beards and they hate mustaches on their own. Like if you pair it with but then you're a hipster. As soon as I pair this shit with a beard, I'm instantly a hipster, which means that I'll look more of a sucker in the show, but chicks will like me a lot more. It's, MILFs will like me a lot more.
It makes me sick to my fucking stomach that anybody would even think like that. You keep that stash strong. We need that stash strong. Scotty Rock Forever has replied to Hans Oh My Cock. He says welcome. He says welcome Hans Oh My Cock, but no bullshit. We only accept real picks in here.
Yeah.
Your first one better hit.
There you go. There you go. All right, a few more comments, then we'll get to the official picks. Crispy Kev says, I love this fucking show nearly as much as I love that Stash Pete. Shout out to Ireland for me and Ireland. I'd fucking love to live in Ireland, too. Watch every day. Best capping show by miles in capital letters. Thank you so much, Crispy Kev. Missed you, bag. Let's make some dollar. Yes, Crispy Kev. I know some people who live in Cork, and they are fun as hell. I would love to fucking move to Cork, Ireland. That is I know some people live in Cork, Ireland, Jimmy the Bag.
Wow.
Oh, God, I would love to live there.
And they would love that stash.
Yeah, well, I don't know. No, this is it's just unbelievable how universally women just don't like it.
Maxwell Smart, the king of the Jews, he hates hipsters so much that he just took a piss on his neighbor's door. That's how much he hates hipsters.
Yeah.
This is a hipster-free zone, man. We're just capping here.
Yes.
You keep that stash strong for us.
Holly Dilly says, Liberty under 144, BMOC plays, he's on fire. Well, Holly Dilly, regular viewers of this show will have gotten that one at 144 and a half when I gave it out in the morning show.
Yeah.
I did give it out in the morning. It was 144 and a half in the morning, and I gave that one out as one of my two plays that I'm liking in college basketball today. That one along with North Texas on the money lines. So yeah. Let's see. Let me just do a quick save of the comments here, and then we'll move on to official picks. No, so my point is that I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do here. It's just I don't know what to do here as far as my look is concerned. All right, let's see what else we have comments.
Native Queen strong leans first half. Philly first half against the spread, and that was a play that I didn't end up finishing. I didn't make, and I took it off. I'm curious. We'll go over the line movement there. And first half against the spread. And then Cleveland first quarter against the spread and first half against the spread. Interesting stuff. Matt Holt, who does not play the NBA, does not bet against the NBA. He's only made 7 bets this year in the NBA. He has taken the Cavaliers as well.
Wow, really?
Yes, and I don't believe in storybook fucking endings. I don't believe that just because LeBron took it in the old bottom out that he's going to step up, man. That Cavaliers team took it in the prison pocket because they're not a good basketball team.
Yeah, I mean the line has definitely gotten bet in Charlotte's favor, which we'll get to in a second. And before we get to it, I just want to address one comment. Chi-Town Beattown says, "I got the South Side on board with your show. Thank you so much, Chi-Town Beattown.
That's what we need.
Hashtag best ever." And Chi-Town Beattown, the Illinois-Chicago watch party for their CIT game tonight is at Hawkeye's Bar and Grill in the heart of historic Little Italy in Chicago. Just in case you were wondering, Chi-Town Beattown, head over to Hawkeye's Bar and Grill in historic Little Italy for the Illinois-Chicago CIT watch party tonight.
Do it, man.
I love doing it. I realized a while ago I love doing emphatic, eager, over the top plugs for things that I have no connection to at all.
Fuck yeah, man.
I would love it. But
Chi-Town Beatdown, smart, sharp capper. We're thankful to have him running with us, man.
Heart of Little Italy, yes. Hawkeye's Bar and Grill. I wish I could be there. All right, let's see what. Let's just move on to. All right, let's move on to. Let's move air. Mr. Stubby says Tony Soprano MIA. No, not really. Tony Soprano actually contacted me, and we've been chatting a little bit. So
nice.
yeah, he's not MIA. He's not MIA.
Nice.
All right, so yeah. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to college.
By the way, Akrit Jawanda, though, digging your stash.
Oh, yeah.
Mentioned there's some Punjabi fire in that stash.
Yes, there is. I mean, it's just the kind of thing where it's like in theory, but anytime it's just like women, I know what it is. Women are just easily scared. The main factor in women's heads is this guy a complete fucking total maniac? So if you make yourself look like a maniac on the outside, it just scares the shit out of him. It's understandable. You know what I'm saying? Women are just scared the shit out of it. Congratulations, man. You've scared the shit out of the entire half of the population. And now, you know, so I walk down the street and women are like, oh my God, is that guy fucking out of his fucking mind? All right, let's see.
A lot of talk about what's going on in the Avalanche game as it was a play I made. Varlamov is sick. I don't know if it's been confirmed that he's going to be out, but it does not sound good. It does not sound good. Now, there's two goalies they can pick from because we know Bernier's out with the hand injury. And I hope it's Andrew Hammond. And I'm not I'm not hedging my play here. Although, have we finally had this confirmed whether...
Let's see.
See, they still have Mrazek as unconfirmed.
I don't know.
I'm certain... Well, I shouldn't say certain. Yeah. I'm 80% sure that Neuwirth is going to be in goal. But if Mrazek was to go back-to-back, I like betting on goalies going back-to-back. I think that they can play sharp in that second game.
Why would Varlamov be? Oh, right, because he's sick. All right, yeah. Because I was actually going to think about taking the under in that game, but now I'm going to be way off that one, and I am going to throw in one extra NHL pick as well for sure. All right, so he's out. Everyone's saying he's definitely out. Okay, Maxwell Smart says Liberty puts in work tonight. That's an interesting game. All right, let's get to college basketball. All right, once again in the morning show, picks that I gave officially. There were two picks that I was definitely liking for sure. I did give the under in Illinois, Chicago, Liberty, and our morning show viewers, if they tailed me at that time, got 144.5. That's now down to a 143, 143.5. Some places still have 144. I'm liking that one. The other play I'm liking is North Texas. I gave that one on the money line, but in the morning that was at 2.5 or 3. It's now up to 3 or 3.5. When I gave it, I think I gave it at minus 140. It's now up to a minus 175 at Pinnacle. So those are the two plays that I'm liking the most tonight. Liberty, Illinois, Chicago under, gave it 144.5, and North Texas money line, I gave it at, let me find where I gave it. I gave it at minus 140. So those are the two plays that I was liking, and those have both moved in my favor. The other three plays that I gave, which were secondary plays, I did give the Illinois, Chicago, Liberty first half under at 68. That now has dropped down to 67 or 67.5. I did give Illinois, Chicago, which at the time, I bet it at 6. It's now down to, I gave it at 5.5 in the morning show, and now it's down to 5 market wide. So money coming in on Illinois, Chicago. There's definitely some people we respect who are liking Liberty. Some people this morning were saying that they thought that Liberty's bigs are going to be a problem for Illinois, Chicago. It seems like Maxwell Smart also likes Liberty here. Look, I bet Illinois, Chicago. I got it at +6. I gave it at 5.5. I'm going to roll with it, but that is definitely a second tier bet. I don't like it nearly as much as the under or nearly as much as North Texas to pull out a win. Did you look into any of these games, Jim?
I looked into them shortly. Because we got 14 MLB games tomorrow, 10 NHL, 5 NBA, and I need to have them all ready. Speaking of which, how do you want to? Do we want to cut because I mean I don't think we're going to have time to cap 25 or 26 games on the morning show.
No, we will. You just have to be economical with your analysis, Jim. Just bullet point it. You know what I'm saying? Bullet point it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of speed reading all the names and the numbers, just can you do that? Can you just bullet point it?
I can do lots of things. I'm just thinking that maybe I save the NHL for the late show.
You can do that if you want. I mean, we can just bullet point it. We can give it only our picks and not analyze the games that are like secondary. We can do it. Just we have to be cognizant of time, and it's not because SBR has given us a ton of respect and said you guys have an hour and a half, but I don't want to do an hour and a half show. You know what I'm saying, Jim? I want it to be like, and even if we do an hour and a half show, you're still gonna have to bullet point it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I'm just not entirely sure. Twatty Latte says that he protects his prison pockets with his life.
All right. DJ Big Boss says Liberty played better competition. Yes. Chi-Town Beat Town says Liberty is good, but it'll be a closer game. I'll take the points. Illinois, Chicago. I agree with you. Chi-Town Beat Town. I'm not necessarily in love with it, but I did take it. I like the under I like the under more on that one. We got leans coming in from Native Queen. All right.
The real TC says, hey Pete.
Yeah.
I don't comment much. Any chance you can cap the college hockey Frozen 4? It's great hockey to watch. Underdogs and being good plays. You got lots of time on your hands.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm behind on baseball as it is. Probably not. Maybe. I'll look into it. I love that shit. And as we know, those minor sports, that's where you can really find great value. I mean, how much did I kill curling this year? And the reason is the market just isn't that sharp. It isn't that savvy. You know what I'm saying? As you know, Jimmy the Bag, women's college basketball, Maxwell Smart and all those guys were killing it. The smaller markets you can really kill, and you don't have to be some sort of like expert. You just have to use basic handicapping principles. It's just the lines aren't as sharp.
I'm shocked that more people weren't talking about your curling capping.
Well, because it was only it was over before it started, Jim. But yeah, and it was basically the same kind of deal. The underdogs were just too big underdog. They just should not have been. And it makes also sense because with such a small sample size, how can you justify putting like a minus 250 favorite with such a small sample size to go on? So yeah, I threw in a lot of underdogs, and I had a very profitable Olympic curling season for sure. Let's see. Mexican baseball. See here, Austin guy says, yeah, Pete, let's get Mexican baseball while you're at it. Now, you also want to be careful with those small markets of match fixing. Be very fucking careful of that. Because if any shit is fixed, you know what I'm saying? College basketball fixed, maybe not. But fucking like D-League Brazilian soccer, you know what I'm saying? Like Mexican minor league baseball, those, be careful. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Max has a guy in Argentina who handles his beach volleyball.
Really? Yeah. I mean, it's. I'm just saying. The lower down you go, the more you have to keep in mind that the shit could be fixed. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to say about that. But let's see. All right, other
Matt Holt. I was asked to check out what Matt Holt was saying about Cleveland. So I guess a ton of money has been coming in on Cleveland.
Really,
the biggest liabilities to the book for tonight are in order: Portland, North Texas, Vegas on the puck line.
Where did you get this? Oh, you're just reading his tweets. Yeah. Excellent. Good job, Jimmy.
Minnesota in NBA, Brooklyn NBA, UIC, college basketball, and Cleveland in the NBA.
Well, the market is certainly not responding that way. Charlotte is now a 2 or 2.5 point favorite. So we'll get to that in a second. Let me quickly. All right. So once again, my other picks in college basketball, I did take North Texas on the money line, and I did throw in the under in the North Texas game at 143, and the first half under in Illinois, Chicago, and Liberty. So that's it for college basketball.
Zigzag Man says, "Am I wrong?" And I know we're switching sports quickly, and I hate doing that to you so fast. But Zigzag Man says, "Am I wrong to love the under on the Suns game?"
On the Suns game, no, that was the one pick that I gave that I said I'm definitely giving this one,
and I gave as well. That's one of my plays as well.
That's the one, and as shitty as I've been in NBA, like yesterday, the one play that I was definitely going to give was a Houston under. That one cashed easily, and I just get involved with these fucking Cavs games. I get involved with like Portland against Minnesota, wacky games like that. But the no-brainer, obvious plays have still been doing pretty well for me. And tonight, that is the under in the Phoenix Clippers game, and also the Clippers team total under, which I did give. All right, and now let's move on. Let's quickly move on to NHL. We got 4 games tonight. Once again, the official picks that we gave. I gave Arizona first period money line at plus 165. Rangers Washington first period over and the full game over at 6. And Colorado -1 at plus 134. Now I'm not so sure about that one. Jim gave Rangers Washington over, Florida Toronto under 6, and the Colorado puck line at plus 216. The bets that I was thinking about adding, I think I am going to add it. I know you're trusting Luongo here. I'm not trusting Luongo so much. I think I'm going to give Toronto -1. Jim, what do you think about that?
I don't think it's a bad play. I just kept reading people hammering Luongo, and I went over his games, and I mean, in the last 5 games, he does have a shutout. Yes, it was against the Habs. He allowed 5 goals in the one game, and the other 3 he allowed 3 goals. Still had a .911 save percentage. I'm just not certain that that he always steps up when he plays the Leafs, and I just don't know if there's a ton of value there. What would you get on the -1 line?
Well, on the -1 line would be a -138 on the money line and plus 210 on the puck lines. That'd kind of be like your standard plus 130 type deal right there. In fact, I have my -1 calculator right here. I can just do it right now. -138, 210, yes, plus 130 exactly. Plus
Everybody is saying, here's Mohamed Jonas saying Leafs in regulation. Luongo is awful. He's a guy with a .927 save percentage this year, and Luongo is awful. Old Oh My Cock, just getting himself more and more comfortable, says, Jimmy, you thinking a lot of goals in that Caps vs Rangers game? And yes, I am on the over in that game.
As am I. It's just I'm not sold on Holtby. I'm not really sold on Lundqvist either. I'm not really sold on the Rangers defense. I am a little bit sold on the Rangers scoring prowess with their young forwards, and of course we're sold on Washington being able to put up some goals as well. So I looked into that one a little bit more, and I'm feeling good about that one, Jim.
I do feel good about that as well. Has there been any line movement?
Let's quickly check it. Line movement on the Rangers-Washington game. Very slight line movement in favor of the over. Yeah, it's now up to 6 minus 115 at Pinnacle. So that's nice. And, Jim, I'm also kind of disagreeing with your under on the Florida-Toronto game. I think I might want to take the over on that one as well.
Yeah, it seems like everybody thinks Luongo is a shit goalie, and everybody thinks that the over is going to hit. Here's a guy who's got a .927 save percentage in March. I believe it's a .929 save percentage this year.
Yeah.
And, but it seems like everybody's on the over.
I'm on the over as well. I think I'm going to give it. Not the first half over. I mean the first period over. But let me just quickly check what the Toronto puck line would be here. Let me just quickly check this one. The Toronto team total would be. Let me see. Yeah, 3.5 plus 133. All right, I am gonna throw on Toronto -1. That's minus 138 and plus 210. On the puck line. That line is at the Greek, and I'm also going to throw on the over on this one, 6 minus 106 at Pinnacle. Don't like that one as much as Toronto. I definitely like the Toronto line more than the over, but I am also going to throw on the Toronto game over 6 minus 106. What do you think about that, Jim?
Well, prepare to be more confident because Goose has come in with his homeless lock.
Oh shit!
His homeless lock from the shelter directly from the shelter. Says Maple Leafs are 10-1 in their past 11 home games. We know that they're actually better than that because they had a 13-game winning streak snap, so they're 13-1. And 10-3 in their last 13 games playing on one-day rest. Panthers lose. Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Pete. My future homeless pal.
Yeah, Panthers lose. Yeah, all right. So we got a lot of comments coming in. The first thing we have to do that we have been graced with a comment by the King, Gabriel Rodriguez, who is the King. We have a lot of great commenters in this chat box, but there is only one who can be the King, and his name is Gabriel Rodriguez. Just for first-time viewers, the King of all of these guys is Gabriel Rodriguez, and he says the King says Clippers over. Wow. That's going directly against our best bet of the card. That's interesting. All right, other comments coming in. Chi-Town beat Sounds as 4-3 Toronto. Donald Mao, what about this? Capitals coach is trying out a new line in the third string. Kind of scared Rangers might pull off the win. Well, we're only on the over, but what do you think about that? I think the Rangers could pull off a win here, Jim.
I think that the Capitals have needed to go on that little winning streak to take full control of the Metropolitan Division, and this would be the type of situation that I would take the Caps puck line, and I'm not doing it because I'm a little concerned about a letdown spot. I'm not fully jumping on the idea that the Rangers are going to step up here, but I love puck lines. I love them, and I'm not confident enough to take the Caps on the puck line.
All right, Eric the Red says under, all in caps 3 times in Florida. Luongo/Anderson show tonight. Yeah, you might be right there. And then nice. Big Dad says I'm on the under, and Paulo Marquez says Luongo is not so bad like you say, mates.
Yeah, Arthur Funch is coming in saying I'm on the under with you, Jim. It doesn't bother me that everybody is telling me how shitty of a goaltender Luongo is because it doesn't fucking matter what you guys say. We have numbers that prove how good a goaltender is. So who cares if his style is unorthodox and you guys say he fucking is a fish out of water on the ice and flopping around. He's had a great season this year. And his last 5 games haven't been that bad. Yes, he shut out a bad team and he's kind of got touched by the good teams. He always steps up in Toronto. And I'm totally fine that everybody thinks he's going to get touched.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's see. Christian Rivas says, laughing my ass off. My own boy just walked in the room and the first thing he said, that man's mustache is epic. Laughing my ass off. Yeah, I mean, I just have to make a decision between dudes and MILFs, and my whole life I have chosen dudes. I am, I really am. I really do have a MGTOW soul here. Gabriel Rodriguez, the King, has spoken again. A second comment here from the King. Rangers solo over. He likes the Rangers team total over, which I could certainly see. That I could certainly see, right, Jim?
Well, no, I mean, yeah, it's possible, sure. But the only time Holtby has played well is at home. Now, even that has regressed. Even that has not continued as much since he's only coming in once every few games. Now, I tell you what, if Grubauer's tweak is a little bigger than we expected, I expect Holtby to do the exact same thing that Jake Allen has done with the Blues.
You think so?
Absolutely. All these veteran goaltenders, when they know they have their job back, and they haven't earned it, but they know that they're going to play 6, 7, 8 games in a row, they start playing better. What better is for Holtby, what better is for Allen, I think it's similar.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it was only a few months ago that Allen was a legit SIV sieve. And then look what happened to him, right?
Yes.
I mean, Holtby, there's some reports that he's been a little bit banged up too, right?
Yeah.
So you think that Holtby is like okay going forward?
No.
Okay, all right.
I think that if Grubauer, this situation, if Grubauer is out for the rest of the regular season, I think Holtby starts playing better. And it's not tonight, but in a couple games, I think Holtby will start playing better. If Grubauer, let's say if Grubauer tore his groin, is out for 6 to 8 weeks, and they haven't told us that, I bet you Holtby steps up, and by the time we get to playoffs, starts playing better. Because that's what these veteran goalies do. When they're questioning themselves, when the kid's coming and taking their job, and they get their mind, they lose certain aspects of their confidence. When they know they're going to be in every night due to an injury, they relax a bit. They know they're going to be playing 2 nights from now, 3 nights from now, and I think that will change.
Paolo Marquez says, why is he the king? Because he said so. That's why he's the king. Wow, all right.
King Rail has a reason why he's the king.
He's the king of cupping balls and swallowing loads. Oh!
The old cup and swallow.
Yeah.
That old technique.
He's the king of cupping balls and swallowing loads. Oh! All right, okay. Wow, all right. I'm definitely procrastinating a little bit here because I might be just totally wrong on this Toronto game. We might even be wrong with the overs. And I mean, you took the overs. You're expecting good things from Holtby, but we took the overs.
I'm not expecting good things yet. I'm just saying, even in Jake Allen's first game of his run, even his first game wasn't great. But if he keeps getting the opportunities and knows he's going to be in net every couple nights, he'll step up. Mr. Gokster 99, Belleville, Ontario's own, says, I couldn't agree more, Jimmy. These guys get comfortable. And they're veteran goalies who've done it before. But I'm not saying it's going to happen tonight, and I've got the over. I don't really trust the way Lundqvist is playing, and there's no reason to believe in Holtby. But if Holtby gets the last 6 games of the season, I bet you he steps up.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, we'll see how it turns out, and I guess we're going to roll with the Avs anyway, despite the fact that Varlamov is out. I mean, Varlamov playing well recently at home was a key factor for me here. Philly is not necessarily a team that I want to be betting against. What's your take on Colorado before we move on to NBA?
My initial feeling is what you said when I thought I was on the wrong side of that Memphis Sixers over 212. Right. And we broke, and it was the second time this had happened in a few days. And you said that there's better odds sticking with your play than hedging and guaranteeing a small loss. Yeah. So right now, sure, I don't like it. And I probably wouldn't have made the play, or I would have got much better odds making the play. But I'm not going to touch it. And I think the issue is Neuwirth and Neuwirth's head. And I don't trust his character. And he's been out for so long, I expected him to give the exact same excuse. So now, obviously, the over is probably a play that makes sense. But a lot of times, these dressing rooms can come together around a young goalie making that one start. Remember Berube's first start? It was glorious, and then he got lit up the second start. Remember, he shut down the Sharks, allowed only 1 goal. So I'm not just going to change everything right now. Al Mack says Philly Avs first period over 1.5 is my best bet tonight. You know, so I mean, I can understand people thinking that the kid's going to get touched. Donald Mao says Flyers Avs over 6. Yeah. That is tempting. Maybe I should tell that one too. Philly, Colorado over 1.5 minus 113. What do you think about that, Jim? Al Mack says his best bet 1.5 minus 113. Yeah, I understand. Like, I understand. And then Al Mack says I also really like Colorado. So, but Chi-Town Beatdown comes down and says over in Avs Flyers. Yeah, Donald Mouse says I like the Avs too if Varlamov starts. No, he's definitely out, right? We don't know. That has not been confirmed yet, but he's very likely to be out. They have used the emergency replacement thing to bring in Hammond. Hammond is a guy who's done well in the NHL at times, and yeah, you know, I feel you. It's
Okay, CC Fitness says, could be a letdown spot for Vegas tonight. Arizona playing well, definitely, and will really want this after dropping the first 4 against tonight. CC Fitness, I'm on Arizona first period, plus 165 is what I got, and I think that line has moved down just a little bit. Arizona is now no longer a plus 200 dog, still a big underdog line there, and I was definitely thinking about unders in this one. First period under, full game under, Vegas team total under 3.5, but that's probably not a great idea. Jim, what do you think? Vegas team total under. What do you think?
Well, Scotty Rock says, I want to take the Yotes. Convince me I'm making the right decision, and I won't. I won't convince you that what you've been seeing is reality. Yes, Phoenix is playing better than they played all year. They finally enjoy coming into the dressing room, stuff like that. But Gerard Gallant knows that this Knights team needs to step up moving into the playoffs, and they can't go in the way they've gone. If you look at what their record's been lately, it's not been good. And in comparison, the Coyotes' record's been excellent. 14-7-2 over their last 23 games. Knights are just 7-5-3 in their last 15 games. Just 2-2-2 in their last 6.
Yeah.
So I think that win over the Avalanche was a sign of what's moving forward. And I'm off this game.
Okay.
If I had to make a move, of course I would take the Coyotes because there's value there.
Yeah.
But I'm off this game.
All right, so let's wrap it up, and then we'll move on to NBA. Once again, my official picks from the morning: Arizona first period first period money line plus 165. Rangers Washington first period over, and Rangers Washington over 6, and Colorado -1. And in the afternoon show here, I have thrown on Toronto -1 and the Toronto game over 6. Jim has given Rangers Washington over 6, Florida Toronto under 6, and Colorado puck line plus 216. And that's it for NHL. Now let's move on to NBA, where once again, where's the money coming in? Cleveland, Charlotte, I don't know, but right now, Charlotte is a 2 or 2.5 point favorite over Cleveland, so a clear big market move in favor of Charlotte here, Jim.
Well, the answer, Ace said I was looking at the wrong tweet, and it was a reply to a tweet that we were all talking about today, and I came in for the show, but I tagged and copied what Ace said to me. So it was all the movement happened when they announced Kevin Love was out.
Although I would have assumed he was out anyway. I mean, right.
We were sure he was out. Yeah. And then since then, all Cleveland money. And I think that now, obviously, when teams get blown out, and Tomor is a big believer in this. When teams get blown out by over 30, you almost blindly take them the next.
Yeah.
But I just feel like this Cavaliers team with Jeff Green at the 4 should not be trusted under any circumstances. And on a back-to-back that LeBron probably would sit out, but is adamant about playing 82 games, I just think this is a good spot. So I'm not, I'm fine with the Hornets, and I'm fine with where I got them.
All right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do, Jim. I'm going to do it one final time. I'm going to take the Cavs first quarter. If they got to come out and do this in the first quarter, right, Jim?
No, they don't.
No? I mean, I think they got it at least in the first quarter. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take one more time. Cavs first quarter, and I'm going to take a plus a half minus 101. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Plus a half minus 101. Plus a half minus 101. Cavs first quarter plus a half minus 101 at Pinnacle. I can't believe I'm doing it again. I took the Cavs 2 ways yesterday, got brutalized by both of those, although I did have Miami on the second half, but I also had the over on the second half in that one, and that one didn't cash either. I was thinking if the Cavs have anything, they're going to ramp it up offensively, and they didn't. I did cash with Miami second half plus 7 yesterday, but I lost with the second half over. I'm doing it one final time, and if this loses, this is the last time I'm doing it. Cavs first quarter plus a half minus 101. But Native Queen likes that one also, didn't she? Didn't she say she liked the Cavs first half?
She does. She likes Cavs first quarter, first half.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to do that one. All right.
Alexander Latka says, hard to think of the Cavs as actual playoff contenders if they can't win this goddamn game. And I'm not. Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow, Scotty Rock forever. Baseball breaking news. All you guys who drafted Salvi Perez.
Oh, shit.
Misses 4 to 6 weeks after tearing MCL.
All right. In the meantime, Trevor Holt says, Pete, don't, bro.
Yeah, and he wasn't the only one. Isambo
Really?
said, no,
Oh,
Pete.
God.
Rich Bank said, exactly. No, they don't.
G-Man Hag says, Cavs are stealing your units, Pete. Stay away. Yes, they have been stealing my units. Yes, they have.
And they were stealing my units all season. I just stopped letting them. But I haven't been making money on them. I haven't been fading them like I should. I've just been staying away from it. Rich Banks, great basketball capper. He's putting 2K down on the Blazers.
Really?
Minus 5.5.
Wow, really? Okay. I mean, the Blazers have covered, I think it's now 13 out of the last 14, something ridiculous like that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's see. Other comments here. Tons of comments coming in. Trevor Holt, don't do bro. And to Wayne Seymour, Cavs money line. Fuck it. Bet on the King. All right. And to Wayne Seymour, I hope they can at least get him in the first quarter. We'll see how that turns over. Goose says NBA Millennium play Cavs over 226.5, although I believe it was Trevor Holt who said he liked the under in the Cavs game as well. The King, Gabriel Rodriguez, likes the Cavs money line. There you go. David Stewart says Cavs need love. Let's see. What do we have here?
Bradley Oliver says, remember the Memphis-Detroit game? Everyone said, how crazy I was for taking the over, and he told me that he was with me on that game. He predicted the score within 4 points. Bradley Oliver, who do you have in Cavs Hornets? That's what we need to know. Maxwell Smart says, I'm going to find a human elephant.
All right.
And tame and ride that taint.
All right. Alexander Latka says, putting down tons and tons of wine this afternoon. Very nice. Looking at the Cavs, I know people are down on them, and maybe justly so. No. Definitely justly so, right? What's their overall record on the year ATS? Like 33%, right, Jim?
It's awful.
It's something ridiculous. Definitely justly so. That's not like maybe homo. That's definitely justly so. But like one of these teams does have LBJ, and they got embarrassed last game. Yes, that's the big factor. They got embarrassed last game. I think you just a Native Queen likes them on the first quarter, first half. I think you have to take them on the first quarter. Everyone's saying no. Rich Banks says, Pete, for love of God, don't do it. Trevor Holt says, Pete, no. Everyone's saying no, but I'm taking them just one more time. First quarter plus a half. Wow.
Mohamed Joma, going back to that NHL card, I know we've moved on from it, but says, do you remember that short NHL card in November where I took all the home teams on the puck line? And that was, I think, the turning point in my NHL season because I hit them all, started getting a lot of confidence. He says, I think that might happen tonight outside of the Vegas game maybe. And this is not, even though there's some teams who are fighting to get in the playoffs, it seems like the favorites just let you down with about 5 or 6 games left. But I can understand your mentality there. Definitely can understand it. King Rail says off the Cavs now because the fake. Oh, because Gabriel. Oh, the King is with you.
Yes,
okay.
the real King. Wait, there's like 5 different Kings here. There's King Rail. There's LeBron James. There's Gabriel Rodriguez. Yeah. Yes, Gabriel Rodriguez, the King of chat, is definitely on Cavs money line, and let's see what else is something else. Justin Searcy says Hornets have been great in the first period, and they're at home. Good luck. Yeah, I think I might have just eaten another loss.
You know what's happening with this Hornets team? Yes, they're getting production from Howard and Walker, but I'm telling you, it's Hernan Gomez and Malik Monk coming off the bench, giving that youthful positivity. They still have hope in their eyes, not that dead look that Kemba Walker gives you. And I think that's the big difference. Is Hernan Gomez and Malik Monk. They want it so badly. That bench gave them 52 points last game. They've won 4 straight. It's too late for them.
Why Samo might have put his finger on the pulse of everything here. He goes, the mistake here is assuming that LeBron cares. Ouch. Yes, I am assuming LeBron cares after he gets blown up by 30 points.
Really? Did you hear him after the game? He was talking about how much he loves Dwayne Wade and how he would vote for himself as MVP.
Oh, man. They suckered me in again.
He would vote for himself as MVP. And how, oh, man, yeah.
Wow. Why Samo might have just summed it up here. The mistake here is assuming that LeBron cares. That's why everyone is getting suckered in by the Cavs, because they're saying, my first assumption is LeBron cares, therefore I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. First assumption might be totally wrong, Jim.
Yeah, does LeBron care? And we talked about that in the morning show because I truly think he doesn't care if he's 4th in the conference or 5th in the conference. We're in the Eastern Conference. He doesn't care if they have to face the Raptors in the second round. He doesn't care. He's not. They're not worried about, we need to wait till the Eastern Conference Final to play the Raptors. He doesn't care. He knows he believes he can turn it on at any time.
Man. All right. We'll see. Tomarino says, I think Charlotte's starting lineup will struggle early. Howard can't guard small lineups. Charlotte full game makes sense to me. All right, so Jim is officially on Charlotte. Enough about this. This is like a fucking, like when you have 2 friends who are in a breakup and they consume your life and you're like, why are we talking about these people nonstop in our lives? Well, enough talk about the fucking Cavs. I'm on the first quarter plus a half. Jim took Charlotte at -105 earlier in the day. Got a good line on that one. And let's move on to other NBA games. Once again, the Clippers and Phoenix is a game that Jim and I both both took the under on, and Jim also took Phoenix at +10. That's now up to 10.5. So a clear market move in favor of Clippers. The Clippers, of course, have been great. I took the Clippers team total under at 116.5. I'm going to check where that is right now. But yeah, I took the under, and Jim took the under. I took the Phoenix team total under, and Jim took, I took the Clippers team total under, and Jim took Phoenix +10. It's now up to 10.5. What's your take on that game? You still liking all that, Jim?
You know, it's hard. Yes, I'm comfortable with the Clippers not putting up 130 points in this game, even against the Suns. They're on the back-to-back. I think they're going to do just enough to win the game. But, and Dan Kelly's on the Cleveland-Charlotte over 225.5. But don't forget, Dan Kelly has the Pacers, who are just a half game back to win the Central at 30-1.
Wow. That's what listen, when you have a fucking Excel spreadsheet and you know how to use it, when you have Microsoft Office and you know how to use it, you can do some pretty impressive things just with that. With, who knows, maybe he has access, maybe he has like advanced fucking robots doing some analysis for him. Who knows? Maybe Dan Kelly's a fucking amateur AI expert.
The only thing that we use robots for is to have sex with them.
Really?
Right? Now, here, where is it? Sorry, I just had it. Tomar says LeBron cares what people think of him. He always plays differently on national TV. He does step up on national TV. And back to that game, one last thing, because we're going to talk, is that Bill Butler says that Kemba Walker's mom will be at the game. So he just added money to his Charlotte bet. He says that he always steps up when his mom is at the game.
All right. Well, I might have fucking just thrown another negative unit onto my NBA overall shitty NBA record. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely. All right. So then, and the King Gabriel Rodriguez is on the over in the Clippers game. I disagree with that one. That line has moved, I believe, slightly in our favor, a little bit, about a half point in our favor. We got it at 223. It's now down to 222.5. So that's nice to see. I also gave a bunch of team total unders, which I'm liking. I gave Dallas team total under at 104. I gave the Knicks team total under at 104.5. I'm thinking also about throwing the Atlanta team total under at 104 on there as well. Jim and I both took Minnesota first half -7, and I made what is probably another stupid move in the NBA. I took Brooklyn first half -0.5 and the Brooklyn on the money line full game -140. That was highly controversial and debated. Jim, other plays that Jim gave Dallas Lakers under 215.5, and that's it. Again, Jim had Charlotte money line, Clippers Phoenix under, Minnesota first half -7, and Phoenix +10. I guess let me check where these team totals unders that I gave. I gave Dallas at under 104, and that's right where it is right now. I gave the Knicks at under 104.5. That's right. Oh, it's actually bumped up a little bit to a 105. Wow. People were saying they liked the under in that game, and other people were saying they liked Philly in that game. Are the Knicks going to be able to put up a healthy number offensively on the Sixers here, Jim?
Well, that's the question, and I've had a tough time figuring out these Sixers, but it doesn't take a genius capper to see they're playing excellent basketball right now. Now, they seem the last time. Do you remember the last time they played the Knicks? I had the Sixers full game, and they were down until the fourth quarter. They outscored them by over 20 points in the fourth to win by 7 or 8, and I think the line was 9. So I ended up not making the Sixers first half bet that I had planned on making, and I've been staring at this game a lot. I think there's going to be a ton of buckets. I think that I should take. I think I should take the over. I think I should take the over and the Sixers first half. What are the lines on those? Well,
Aspiritualate says Knicks Philly under 221 right now. That line, the Knicks Philly game on the total is jumped up to 223. 222.5 or 223, yeah, which is why the Knicks team total has jumped up as well. All right, money coming in on the over. That's not always at this time of year sharp line movement, but at this time of year, I mean, that in general, I like to I trust these late line moves on NBA totals quite a bit. Let's see, Trevor Holt, guy who has a good read on totals, likes the Sixers under. Justin Searcy likes the Sixers under. Jeremy M likes the Sixers first half over. Chi-Town Beatdown says Fultz goes off tonight. I mean, I wouldn't mind if Philly wins this one, like 135 to 101, and I cash the Knicks team total under. I'm just on the Knicks team total under. Why Samo, guy who pointed out to us that LeBron doesn't care, and that might be the big mistake, and anyone who still bets the Cavs is making, says Philly's going to crush the Knicks. I'm on the -12.5. Jeremy M leans under as well.
Accurate Joanna is right. Knicks on the road. Shake my head. Kobe, now we'll stick on this game, but I just don't want to miss this. Says leaning Phoenix Suns money line, very juicy for a team that has a chance versus a team that isn't great. Clippers, nothing special. If Phoenix is hot, they can easily take them down. And remember, that was what Nostra Tota said on the morning show at plus 450. But yeah, I think the Knicks are just a bad team, and they're going to lose badly. What line movement has happened on the side there? For
the Knicks game. Well, it opened at 12.5. It's now up to 13.5. The Greek still has 13 though.
Yeah, Carlos Parage, Philly first quarter, question mark. And Twadi saying, how in the world do the Knicks score 100 points tonight?
Tomarino Tomar says, Philly plays extremely fast. I would not bet the under with them. They've been an over team all month. I'm just on the Knicks team total under, so hopefully if Philly puts up 130, maybe the Knicks gets help. Maybe 130 to 99. That would be a nice little final score there. Trevor Holt says Knicks won't break 100. I took the Knicks team total under, and I was also up Campsite Killer. That's a nice name there. Yeah. Campsite Killer. Guy kills people in campsites. Very nice.
I cap with him.
Oh, really?
Twitter. Yeah, great guy, great capper.
Campsite Killer kills hippies. Yeah, I hear you on that one. He likes Sixers first period. Jeremy M says they get 98 at best. I also took the Dallas team total under, and I was thinking about the Atlanta team total under, Jim. We did both take Minnesota -7 on the first half. What do you think about taking the Atlanta team total under? Is this another bad team that's not likely to get to 100?
Speaking of this Atlanta game, Dan Kelly had something very interesting. He did mention on this, Knicks says, Knicks last game of a 3-game trip tonight, the next 5 at home for New York, and then the last game of the season will be on the road. New York not focused tonight. I'd love it if I could find this last Dan Kelly thing, because he was going for the Genius Award. Here, for Genius Award consideration. Now this is, I find this wild, but that's how you win this award.
Yeah.
Atlanta Hawks money line plus 876 at bookmaker and plus 12 minus 105, and parlay Atlanta plus 12 and under 219.5.
Oh shit, that was a comment in the comment section
by Dan Kelly, and he says 6 game of the road trip greater than -5 differential first half total versus implied second half total.
Where is that comment? From Dan Kelly? What is that? Yeah, if that all cashes, he gets a fucking Genius of the Month award. Where is that one? Where is that comment?
It's above Shatter McDabbin asking about for us to cap the Jazz game.
All right.
It's Rich Banks above him saying, remember tomorrow we said McCollum goes for 50. You know what?
Oh, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
Speaking of which, hearing Rich Banks so certain of what the Blazers are going to do. And I spoke a little bit about it. Okay, now it's at the very bottom. Now it's the last comment.
Okay. Let's see. Atlanta Hawks money line plus 876 at bookmaker and plus 12 minus 105, and parlay Atlanta plus 12 and under 219.5 equals 6th game of the road trip. Wow. So if the Hawks win outright and the game goes under, he definitely gets it. No, just if the Hawks win outright. Well, what do we give him? That's an amazing call there. Hawks definitely. Plus 876 on the money line and the under.
And Shatter McDabbin says, if the Hawks win without Schroeder, I'll unsubscribe. No, Shatter. Shatter, we need you.
Yes, we need all. We're desperate here for
Don't let the Hawks ruin what we have.
Yes, give me the bag. There you go. Zach Sojablam says, without Schroeder, the Hawks are just a 3-point shooting team. I don't see them hanging with Minnesota. Well,
Zach Soblum. Yeah, I agree. I've got Minnesota first half. They're just a team that seems to play poorly in fourth quarters, and they seem to do it all year long. Tomor says, Rich, I don't think McCollum gets enough minutes on second night of back-to-back. We've seen him get 50 in 3 quarters. Dan Kelly says the spreadsheet has it. What is the line? Now, when a guy like Rich Banks, who's a great NBA capper, is so certain on the Blazers, and I said they're going to want to prove that they can do this without Lillard.
Yeah.
What is the...
No, it's 5.5 on the full game.
Okay. I'm in.
You want that one, Jim?
I want Blazers minus 5.5.
All right. Jim is going on. Portland minus 5.5. The least we can do here is give you the best line. Let's line shop around. Minus 110, minus 5.5, minus 110. Portland, that's at Bookmaker and the Greek and a few other places. Portland minus 5.5, minus 110. All right, Jimmy the bag. Wow. Okay. They've covered like 13 out of 14. Something ridiculous.
So We've been asked by our good friend Shadow McDavin, who says he would never leave us.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Celtics, Jazz. Now, I thought the over was a pretty sharp play when it got down on 193, and other people jumped on it, right? It's gone up, has it not?
It's 193.5 or 194 right now.
Oh,
Actually,
so
bookmaker
much.
with 194.5. So it's all over the place. So definitely, this is one of these lines. At this point, you're usually seeing it's rare to see a discrepancy of more than a half point. But here you have anything from 193.5. Heritage and Bet Online have 193.5, and Bookmaker and a few other places have 194.5. So it's all over the place here, Jim.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Trevor Holt, liking the play I just made, says it was a hard lean for me. And Zach has shown us how to pronounce his name, and I like it a lot. It's Shabloom. Shabloom. Zach Shabloom.
Oh, so is that like an Urban Dictionary name for some gross sex act, or is that just a Shabloom? What is that?
No, man, it's my boy Zach's last name. Is what it is.
All right, okay. I thought that was some kind of like a Cleveland Steamer or something like that. Okay, Zach Shabloom, very nice. Thanks for joining us here. And yes, what was his comment again? He said that he likes the I don't see them hanging with Minnesota. Well, yeah, we took Minnesota first half -7. Maybe we should take them on the full game. And I was thinking about the Atlanta team total under. Although that line has gotten bet up. I mean, the total on the game went up from 217.5 to 220.
Wow, sorry, which one? Sorry, the
Atlanta Minnesota full game total.
Okay. Yeah, the Timberwolves are just a tricky team to figure out. I thought they'd be better than 6 and 7 when Jimmy Butler went down. I kind of liked the height they had in that starting five. I thought that it would lean unders with them, and even that really didn't happen. But now it's happening. Now they're starting to not score a lot and trying to play tighter defense. They scored just 11 points in the fourth quarter against the Grizzlies. The Hawks just have no defense whatsoever, and they have a bunch of D-leaguers in there.
Yeah.
It's...
So maybe the Minnesota team total over, that'd probably be like 118 or something like that, 116. All right, maybe we don't want to force it. We've already got a play on that one. Minnesota -7 on the first half, Jim. The Boston-Utah game, total pass for me. I don't even think I'm going to be looking at that one on the second half either. I'm just going to be passing on that one completely. Let's see. Dallas team total under I gave. Knicks team total under I gave. Oh, and the Brooklyn-Orlando game, I did give that one. I got some pushback on it. That was the game where Jay Peach and Tomarino Tomor, two of our most respected regular commenters, went head-to-head.
Yeah.
Jay Peach predicting a double-digit win by Brooklyn. Tomarino Tomor identifying the Nets as the trap of the day. That line has gotten bet up a little bit. I did give Brooklyn on the first half at -0.5. That's now up to a -1. And in the morning show, it was like 2 or 2.5, I think. It's now up to 2.5. Heritage has 3.5. I gave Brooklyn on the money line at -140, and that's jumped up about 15 cents. That's now up to about -155 or so market wide. So, wait, what? Now it's down to -138 at Pinnacle. All right, so money coming back the other way on Orlando recently. Some very recent money coming back in on Orlando. The money line has dropped about 10 cents at Pinnacle over the last 40 minutes or so. So, okay, we'll see how it turns out. I can't pull it now. I mean, I don't like to be going against Tomarino, but it's nice that Jay Peach is so confident in a double-digit win by the Nets. And even if the Nets lose and they cover the first half, then I'll break even. We'll see.
Bravada says Nets, and under 216.
All right.
Wild. My thinking there is I just can't, and Tomor said it perfectly.
Yes.
How do you trust this Brooklyn Nets team as a road favorite?
Wow, and Tomarino Tomor, a guy who's very, very, measured and not, very stoic. A guy who doesn't usually put all caps or LOLs or anything like that. Just put an LOL in his comment about anyone who likes the Nets here. Tomarino Tomor says LOL. I am on Orlando, spread and money line. I have +3. Wow. Tomarino Tomor is a very respectful guy. Rarely comes out and just says, I'm laughing at you right now, but that's what he just did.
Yeah, and, we don't need Jay Peach and Tomor going after each other.
Wow.
We need to all be on the same side because baseball starts tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Hako Schofield says This show makes my whiskey taste so good.
Oh, thank you so much, Hako Schofield. One of the first guys to ever come on here and say that this show is so great.
He was,
and
yeah.
SBR Brass should take note and pay attention. Thank you so much for that, Hako Schofield. Never forget it. I'll never forget it. When I'm 80 years old, I'll be thinking back about how Hako Schofield was one of the first people to say such nice things.
Yeah, man,
Wow.
I'll be in that treehouse too, right beside you, and I'll be telling you. And Hako will join us, and we'll get Bill Butlicker down from Guatemala.
Oh, Tormarino saying, no, I wasn't laughing at people who like the Nets, just another statement. Okay, well, I read it the way I wanted to for the purpose of the joke, but the point is Tormarino definitely is on Orlando.
Well, there you go. Bravada says Brooklyn is my lock.
Wow.
Searcy says Brooklyn will screw you. Dan Kelly says, I do like Brooklyn. Team total first half and full game over.
Jay Peach says, Pete, you're reaching. About what? About the Nets? What the hell are you talking about? Let's see. What else do we have here? Justin says, yep, the Brooklyn will screw you. Wait, who did Bravada? Oh, Brooklyn. Bravada says Brooklyn is my lock.
Yeah.
Bravada's another guy. When you were away, Jimmy the Bag, Bravada was a guy who was giving me some advice on NBA shit, and I followed his advice once. It was correct. He tends to be more right than wrong, at least
I dig Bravada. He's another guy I run with on Twitter.
Really?
Yeah,
okay. Yes. That's nice. Interesting. Tom Marino says, I see the case for both Brooklyn and Orlando. I just think there's some value with Orlando. All right, Jimmy the Bag. Wow. A raucous show here.
Yeah, and I'm thankful to be off this game. Uncomfortable the whole time. At this point, the only thing I've added is the Blazers minus 5.5. I think, regardless of McCollum going off, I think that this will be a spot where they want to prove they can win without Lillard. And then, oh, wow, nice. Paulo jumped on the Dallas Stars don't make the playoffs as well. Fuck yeah, man. That's going to be great. Habs don't make the playoffs. It's going to pay out. Kings don't make the playoffs. Might play out. George Antoine and also who else was asking for my play of the day in NHL? And, I've been sitting here for the last 30 minutes trying to narrow down, and I don't know if I think there's been holes sort of poked in all three of my plays. So I would say, looking back over it right now, that the over 6 in Rangers Capitals is the play that I'm most confident in.
I would definitely agree with that one. The only issue is just if Jimmy the Bag is right, that Holtby comes back and all of a sudden turns a corner from what we saw from him recently. But even if that happens, not at all unthinkable that you get like a 5-1 win by Washington. So,
but also, I want to just reiterate that it's not in one game. And when I said this about Jake Allen, it wasn't in that first game. It's when they know they're playing every night and they don't have to look over their shoulder and they drive to the rink, they go to sleep at night knowing they're playing the next game, and some of these veterans need that. Norm L says Colorado money line is best NHL bet, so he's not concerned that it's either Hammond or the kid. I don't even have his name written down right now. So he's not concerned about that, which is nice. It's seriously saying, all right, I'm out.
Eric Swiatek says, I'm on the lone wolf on this Leafs puck line. No, Eric Swiatek, I added Leafs -1 as an official pick in the afternoon show. I did add that. Eric Swiatek says, sorry, I'm late. Any new hockey picks from this morning? Yes, Eric Swiatek, Jim added nothing. I added the over in the Leafs game, and I also added Leafs -1, and I am with you on that one, Eric Swiatek. I'm thinking the Leafs pull it out. It's just the line, you know what I mean? I wasn't on the Leafs when they were a -300 favorite against Buffalo, whatever the hell it was, but I am on them tonight, and again, if Luongo does pitch a shutout, props to him. It won't be a huge shock.
No,
but
props to me.
Yeah,
props to me for taking all this shit about what a terrible goaltender he is, how bad he's playing.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you've gotten some support here. I think for me, it's just G-Man Hags likes the Leafs puck line. Eric Swiatez, Beauty Pete, Trevor Holt says I'm out, and Trevor Holt says NCAA plays of the day under in 144 Liberty and over in 150 in the Northern Colorado game. All right, I'm gonna be looking at that.
Great stuff here from Almac. Flyers lose. Panthers go to OT with the Leafs. Flyers drop off. Panthers make playoffs. Ooh, small thrill. Also on the Leafs puck line with you.
All right. Well, we've certainly got a lot of disagreement, but good-natured disagreement on some of these games. Some general consensus on other things. I think most people are supporting our picks on the over in the Rangers Washington game. We'll see how this fucking Cavs game turns out. We'll see if Jimmy the Bag cashes the money line on Charlotte on the full game. We'll see if I cash my Cavs first quarter play. We'll see how much LeBron James cares. We'll see how Roberto Luongo plays tonight. What else are we going to see, Jim? We'll see if if what else do we have here? We'll see if the Clippers game goes over or under. Jim and I love the under on that one, but the king of chat, Gabriel Rodriguez, likes the over on that one. What else do we have? We'll see if Brooklyn is a terrible bet as a road underdog, or if Tomor is right and Orlando just had too much value as a home dog there. We'll see if the Knicks can put up 100 points or more against Philadelphia. And yeah, we'll also see if North Texas can pull out a win against San Francisco and push the CIT or CBI or whatever to a third game. I'm on North Texas money line. All right, Jimmy the Bag. There's this low level of intensity. The big elephant in the room is MLB starting tomorrow. It's the last non-MLB show for 6 months, Jimmy the Bag.
Yeah, and I'm nervous. I'm also very excited. And I'm going to push NHL back to the afternoon. I believe we can figure that out. But I just, it's the priority now.
Yes. Whatever you want to do, don't bite off more than you can chew. If you come into a show and say, I chose to prioritize that for later or to throw that one out, that is totally fine. We're just trying to get units one way or the other, provide entertainment value one way or the other, and not get fucking fired one way or the other in this show. Those are our goals in this show.
Those are our goals, and they're also our goals are to get new watchers and new people in our chat, and we have one right here. Vanessa Cole, she's on Clippers -10, Sixers -13, Timberwolves money line, and Blazers Jazz. That's her parlay.
Yeah, Vanessa Cole, welcome to the show. Welcome to the chat box. My name is Peter Loshak. If you have any questions or requests, please feel free to ask, and I will try my best to oblige with any handicapping advice or opinions or knowledge that you might be seeking. Vanessa Cole, wow, very nice. Welcome to the Loshak in the Bag show, Vanessa. How do I look, Jim? How's my hair look? Do I look okay?
You look great.
How's my mustache look, huh?
Your mustache just never looked better.
I know the shirt looks good because a chick bought it for me, and as soon as I was wearing it in the morning show, some people were commenting that to me it looks like a black shirt, but I guess the subtle black squares are impressive.
The black subtleties.
Yes. Oh, Vanessa Cole says hi. Very nice. Very nice.
She says, what do you think of her parlay?
Oh, I think it's a great parlay, Vanessa. Here's the problem. All right, let me see. Can I be honest about this?
Yes.
Vanessa Cole, Clippers -10. Sixers -13, Timberwolves money line, Blazers Jazz as a parlay. Well, Vanessa Cole, the truth is that parlays in general I see as only recreational, right? Because even if you have an edge on each of the individual legs of your parlay, and then you parlay them together, and your EV becomes magnified, your bet size on the parlay is likely to be too big to make it a positive EG play long term. So it's hard for me to endorse parlays because when you have such a big underdog, all parlays are big underdog plays, right? And for big underdog plays, it's very, very easy, even if you have a positive EV on the play, to overbet it and turn that positive EV play into a negative EG play long term. It's very easy to overbet your edges on big underdog lines, and that's the case with parlays. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yes, I know. I think that's a good point and important to talk about. But we're very happy to have you rolling with us, Vanessa.
Yes.
MLB starts tomorrow. We got the playoffs coming up in NHL and NBA. It's going to be a very exciting time around here.
Yes, sounds good. We'll see you tomorrow at 12 o'clock Eastern time. My son was just